So I received a request to review The Last Samurai, a white man talking about a movie that was heavily criticized for whitewashing. God, this is gonna be fun. The Last Samurai, released in 2003 and is directed by Edward Zwick, who's also directed such films like Legends of the Fall, Blood Diamond, and American Assassin. And this film stars Tom Cruise, Ken Watanabe, Timothy Spall, Billy Connolly, and Sanada Hiroyuki. And this film came as a recommendation from Johan Frood. Thank you very much for the recommendation. And I forgot just how amazing this movie was. Tom Cruise plays Nathan Aldrin, a U.S. Army captain who is now a bitter alcoholic. And he has been hired to train the new army of Japan in Western ways of fighting. Japan is eagerly trying to adapt its ways to a more Western civilization. However, the samurai of Japan refuse to follow suit and rise up against the army, taking Nathan Aldrin as their captive. And at that point, that is where this movie really picks up for me. Before we get to Tom Cruise being in the actual samurai civilization and in that village, the film, it feels very jumpy, it feels very rushed, and I'm not really connecting with anyone, or even the situation. But once Tom Cruise is taken captive and he starts to develop his relationship with Ken Watanabe's character Katsumoto, this film is just breathtaking, just based on that core relationship. It's the heart of the movie, and unfortunately you have to go through a little bit of trudging to get to it. Because being from the United States and seeing the situation, this film takes place in the late 1800s, so seeing Japan trying to update its traditions and update its culture to a more Western civilization, I'm thinking, what's the big problem here? I don't see a problem with that. I live in it. But that is the main conflict of this movie. Yes, we can change our ways to maybe something that's a little bit more productive, maybe a little bit faster, maybe industrial. That doesn't make it better though. And we can't forget our roots and our heritage and where we come from. And that's the samurai stance. Their whole mindset, their whole religion is based on tradition and honor. So when they see that the forces of Japan want to start using machine guns and rifles, it's an insult to them. It's a wonderful message from the film, but like I said, if you're gonna watch this movie for any reason, it is for Ken Watanabe and Tom Cruise. They represent two different ideals of thought, two different civilizations, and yet here they are talking and speaking peacefully with each other. How often does that happen? And this was the first thing that I saw from Ken Watanabe, and I love him as an actor. Unfortunately, I feel that he's typecast in any type of Japanese character that we need in film. Well, we're doing a movie about Godzilla. Get Watanabe on the phone. But the way he conveys emotion, you can see it just in his face and in his eyes. He doesn't have to say a word. And I think this is one of Tom Cruise's best films that he's ever done. One of the few last remaining movie stars. You put Tom Cruise's name up on a poster and you go, oh, okay, yeah, that's probably gonna bring in money. The Mummy aside. He is our main character and I love his arc. He starts off just a man without direction, without hope, wanting to be killed. He's seen war, he's seen death, he's committed massacres because he was ordered to. He welcomes death any chance he can get. And at first he thinks very little of the samurai culture and the samurai people. They walk around in robes, they fight with spears and bows and arrows. But he comes to love and respect the honor that these people have and the discipline that they have. So it's pretty obvious, this movie has some great dramatic elements. But we also have some epic battles here too. And it's shot very tastefully. You have spears, you have samurai swords being whipped around. You see, this film is actually pretty gory, but it's done in such a beautiful, simple, and tasteful way that it doesn't, like if you're queasy about blood, it doesn't affect you in any way. Because I am, and I was okay. And when we get to the final moments in the final battle, we get a lot of slow motion shots of horses just riding on a field and bullets are flying by. It's breathtaking, it's epic, it's dramatic. I think it goes on for just a smidgen too long. At least it gets a little jarring going from the samurai riding on their horses and then back to the Japanese army that is using machine guns and they're going at regular speed. Doesn't take away from the brilliant cinematography. Really, I don't think this film gets talked about enough. I remember when this movie came out and talking to all my friends, we all seemed to really enjoy it. But I guess the vast majority of critics didn't really take to this film. They like specific elements but not the film overall, which I think is a travesty. This film should have been nominated nominated for Best Picture that year. It has drama, it is shot beautifully, the score by Hans Zimmer is fantastic, the battle scenes are epic, and we have two figures representing two different civilizations actually communicating, talking, and challenging each other. And I think it's that aspect that the criticism really rolls in with this film. A movie called The Last Samurai, and Tom Cruise's face is right there on the poster. Oh great, another white guy, oh they're whitewashing again. This is not whitewashing, he's playing a US Army captain, and The Last Samurai represents this entire culture. Samurai can be singular and plural. I estimate that a lot of people, when they see the title The Last Samurai, they think, oh great, they're making Tom Cruise The Last Samurai. It is not about that, it's about this entire culture becoming extinct, and how they are fighting for their place in the world and for Japan to remember their roots and where they come from. It is a wonderful movie. I haven't seen it in many years. I remember it being awesome. Watching it for this channel, it is still amazing. So I'm gonna give The Last Samurai 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I think I see blue. He looks glorious.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part in my videos where I randomly select which movie I'm gonna be watching next. So let's take a look. Wonderful! Deadpool 2. I love that I'm reviewing the sequel before the original. I love the way that this channel works out. The sequel to the hit romantic comedy Deadpool. And I've already given a little taste of my thoughts on this movie with my ranking of the best superhero movies of 2018, so if you haven't seen that, go check that one out. But Ryan Reynolds returns as the main character of Deadpool. He was absolutely born for this role, and to my knowledge, this is the only character that is going to be carried over from the whole Fox regime to the Disney Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hopefully. It would be perfect too, because that's the character and he can play off that and make fun of it. God, I hope it happens. So we'll check out Deadpool 2 next time. Thank you very much, Johan Fruit, for the recommendation. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, please leave your comment below this video. Go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendations there. And if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. So everyone, have you seen The Last Samurai? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And if you like what you saw here, if you like my take on movies, then hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. We are getting very, very close to hitting our goal of 627 subscribers by the end of 2019. We are almost there, and we're getting closer to our stretch goal of 2019 with 1,000 subscribers. Now remember, if we hit that, I will torture myself by recording myself watching Arachnophobia, which is something that I have, a movie that I watched when I was a kid, and a movie I never want to watch again. So everyone, I will see you next time with my review of Deadpool 2. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.